What up guys, Fojo here, and today I'm coming to you with another New World video. Today's New World video will be over luck and going over some testing of different percentages and levels of luck in order to see if luck has changed at all or see how often you can get a certain drop. And today's drop we'll be going over will be the Bloodsucker Sword from Redclaw in Ebon Scale Reach. The Bloodsucker Sword is a pretty decent drop and a good great sword to have around. The drop rate on it is kind of bad, so I wanted to get a feel for how long it could take you to farm one up and the percentages of luck that could help you out while you're doing it. Now I tested this out at 12%, 25%, and 40% luck to give a different feel for each different level, and we spent 5 hours farming for each of these levels in order to get a pretty decent feel for what kind of drops you can get, what you can expect to get during these times, and which level of luck you should be running. And now to start off with the 12% luck, we farmed for 5 hours and only got 4 drops in this time, so you almost get a drop per hour doing this, and there's no guarantee which drop you're going to get, so you never know what you're going to get. But it seems like this low percentage of luck is not going to be super useful. And now next we went up to the 25% luck, which is basically doubling the amount of luck we have on. So after that we got 7 drops, which is almost double the drops from the previous one, which is over 1 per hour at least. So you're going to be able to expect at least more than 1 an hour for having 25% luck on, which is good, and it means you're getting fairly consistent drops, but still isn't amazing. At this point I had still not seen a Bloodsucker Sword. So then we will push on to the 40% luck, and now during this time I was able to get 11 drops. So 11 drops is by far the most drops from all the percentages, and that much luck was able to give us over 2 drops an hour, and I was in fact able to get the Bloodsucker during this time, which is nice to get and always a good one to see. But it did take overall 15 hours to get it in this time frame with different percentages of luck. Would it have taken 5 hours or 15 hours to get the Bloodsucker Sword? Not necessarily, but it does mean that you do probably have a better shot at it if you do have a good amount of luck on you. And I would say 40 is a lot. That's a good percentage to run and a good one to aspire for. But if you have 30% or even 25 like we had here, it's still a good percentage and you're still going to get good drops. No matter what, there will be an RNG element to this. You'll always see some variation, and you could have a time where you run 25% luck and get 11 or 12 drops in that time frame, and you would get more than you would with 40 because sometimes you're just really lucky. Utilizing luck does seem to be working as far as named drops go. I would say that utilizing as much luck as you can right now will help you get the named drops from mobs that you want to get them from, and is a good way to at least give you a better shot at some of these than you normally would have, and maybe save you some time on trying to get these different drops. Now in the past I have had friends that have farmed this for 20 plus hours and still haven't gotten the Bloodsucker Sword, but I've also seen people get it in the first drop they get there, and that's that element of RNG coming into play. Now Redclaw will have several different drops that you will get, and now they range from a lot of different weapon types, from rapier to greatsword to hammers and great axes, like root grip the warhammer, guillotine the great axe, and Bloodsucker Sword, to name a few of them. There are a ton of drops that Redclaw drops, so it's a nice mob to test out and see what kind of drops you can get, and to figure out what the rates are kind of like. Not to mention he also drops a ring that is a luck ring called the Rudigers Journey Band, and you will be seeing that while you're here as well. But by far the worst drop for Redclaw seems to be Bloodsucker Sword, and has a much lower drop rate than the rest of the items that are here. I only got 1 Bloodsucker Sword in comparison to the other drops that I got, which in total I had 22 drops. So out of those 22 drops, only 1 of them was the sword. I had doubles of almost every other drop that Redclaw drops, so the percentage drop on the amount of times that the Bloodsucker will drop is much lower than the drop rates for the other things that are on Redclaw. So expect to be there longer for these items. If you're here for the ring or the axe or something different, you can expect it pretty quick, and it won't be a long farm probably. But I will say that I've seen some interesting patterns in the luck here recently when I was testing, and I want to do some more testing on it to see if I can figure a few more things out. So I'll have another video on luck coming out soon to try and go over a few of the things I've found and interesting patterns I've seen. But for this one, it seems as though I would say Bloodsucker could drop between 5 and 15 hours if you run a decent amount of luck, because it'll give you a better shot at least getting that drop. Now, is it worth those 5 to 15 hours? That's up to you personally. There could be a sword on the market market that is very similar perk wise that could be beneficial to just purchase it instead. So if you keep an eye out on the market, you can maybe purchase this instead and not worry about going to farm it, or find an even better one with better perks on it. But if you want to come and farm this, I would expect to be here for a little bit of time unless you have some super solid RNG come in, which can always happen. But it's been interesting to farm this up and see the different percentages of luck, how they work, and what I've been able to see so far. Like I said, I'm doing some more testing here, and I'm going to continue on and see if I can figure out a little bit more about luck and how it's working right now. I really appreciate you guys being here and listening to me talk about the Bloodsucker Sword and luck right now in New World. If you could like the video and subscribe to the channel, I would really appreciate that, as well as leave a comment if the Bloodsucker Sword has eluded you for a very long time, how you think luck's working in the game right now. Has it changed since launch? Give me your thoughts on luck right now, because I'm going to do some more testing and trying to figure out a little bit more. But we'll have more videos out soon. I hope to see you there.